The search for the next Pope and Young buck starts now. Well, good afternoon. It is September 14th. I'm trying to do this without shaking. Getting ready for an afternoon set here in Kentucky. This will be my first hunt of the season. I had to miss opening weekend, or I did miss opening weekend, had things going on. So we're going to get in, see what happens. I'm going to finish getting dressed, and once we get in the stand, I'll get back with you. Well, we made it to the stand. I'm excited for it to be the first set of the season. We're sitting on a tree line. I did have a trophy rock down there, but I noticed it's gone when we came in, so I'll have to replenish it in my next set here. We get ready to leave today. We're going to grab the card out of the muddy camera that I got down here below the stand. It's between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I got in here kind of early, with it being the first one. I wanted to let it die down. Temperature's about 86 degrees. Our wind is out of the east, so I figured it's probably going to be about last light before we see anything. But like I said, I just wanted to get ready, so kick back and we'll see what happens. Hey, I want to really thank you for your support. If you would, just take a moment, subscribe to the channel by either clicking on the watermark or the subscribe button. Also, smash that bell if you want to be notified of every time we post a new video in the series, and hit the like button. Let's get back into it. Well, first hunt of the year, as you can see, was very uneventful. The day was warm. The big thing was there was no wind. I mean, no wind hardly at all. And any of you that hunted long enough know that on those days when you don't have a lot of wind, you don't have a lot of movement. It was like, if I remember right, when I got back in the vehicle and started down the road, I remember looking at the temperature, and it was showing like 76 or something like that. So just an uneventful day, which, you know, if you're going to have those days. So we had that hunt. That hunt was done the second weekend of September, or it was the weekend after opening weekend, because I didn't hunt opening weekend because of the heat. And we all know that if you watch the news or you live in the Midwest, basically we had a heat wave and a drought. I mean, here it is, we're coming up on, today's October 1st, and we haven't had rain now for, I think it's getting around 30 some days. Our temperatures are back in the mid-90s, mid to high 90s. So, you know, there's not a lot of deer movement. I even took last weekend, I went out and I changed the camera out because I got a camera that's malfunctioning. I found when we did the, when we pulled the cards for the hit list, we learned that we had a camera that was malfunctioning and was not advancing the date and time. So I went and got that camera. And the ground is so dry in that I couldn't really tell if any deer had been in there or not. I didn't see any deer. So, you know, it happens. I mean, that's just part of it. So looking forward, it's October 1st. Matter of fact, today was opening day for Indiana's deer season. And if you sit in this tree stand today, you probably got a suntan. But they're forecasting for the weekend that our high temperature is going to be mid-70s. The lows are going to be in the 50s, and I think they're even saying a possibility of a 40. They're also calling for a chance of rain Thursday, and then again Saturday into Sunday. So the truck is packed. All I got to really do is throw my bow in there. So come later this week, I'm going to know more about how the weekend is shaping up. I'm hoping I'll have to work Friday, so I'm probably looking right now is I'm either going to take and go Saturday afternoon and hunt Saturday afternoon, then try to go back Sunday morning. Or if it's going to rain Sunday morning, then I'm going to try to probably hunt the afternoons. I don't know which. I mean, I might just drive to Kentucky. I know I'm going to Kentucky, so worst come to worst, I might just sleep in the truck. That way I'm there for the next morning. The weather's going to play a lot on how I plan out this weekend. I mean, I've actually thought about it. If it is going to rain Sunday, and they're talking about it's going to be a lot of rain or a good rain, and it's going to rain for a long time, then I might just take, when I get off work Saturday morning at like 4:30 in the morning, I might drive to Kentucky, go ahead, get in a tree stand for a little while, then go back to the truck, take me a nap, and then hit it again that afternoon. You know, it's just going to have to see how it's going to be. I'm going to try to hunt every weekend in October, but I've got some things that have popped up that when we started this journey for the next Pope and Young that I didn't plan on happening, which it does happen. So I've got to work through and around that. So, I mean, I'm trying to adjust or see, you know, kind of plan out ahead of time to see what I can do, but it's just going to be basically go with it as I can. I mean, when I started this, I knew that there is a possibility that I might not get a Pope and Young deer or a buck that measures 125. If I don't, then hey, guess what? You know what I'll be doing next year. So stick with me. I just wanted to do this real quick. We'll see what happens and go from there.